And, you know, one of the big tours, the touring business is really doing awfully, too. Just terrible. It seems that you have to get a classic rocker out there to make any kind of money. I know they've got McCartney coming up, the Stones are coming up, U2's coming up, and some of the promoters who were thinking about going out of business decided they would stick around because they had some surefire winners coming through. And in fact, 2 of those tours have done phenomenal in advanced sales, and the Stones always seem to do well. But Motley Crue has really been the surprise classic rock tour of this summer. Or spring, I should say. Rolling Stone has, I think, a pretty good piece on the tour and about where the guys are at now. They start out talking about Mick Mars, who, they say if he wasn't on stage every night watching barely legal girls flash him their tubes, he might be dead. Yeah. Because less than a year ago, at 53, before he reunited with his bandmates, he was living in a tiny Los Angeles townhouse, sleeping on an inflatable mattress. His face was framed by a wiry, overgrown beard. He weighed 100 pounds. Ooh. Said he could not walk unassisted. He'd been in a major depression since he split up with his third longtime girlfriend. I guess this was a gold digger. Well, what would you expect? Yeah, really. A hot chick with Mick Mars. And they say he has a tendency to hook up with gold diggers. And he'd been forced to move out of his home after he became contaminated with killer mold. Oh, jeez. In a severe case of pneumonia, his doctor gave him 2 days to... This is ridiculous. His doctor gave him 2 days to live. What? I've never heard pneumonia? Of a doctor giving anyone 2 days to live. Yeah, really. You have 2 days to live. Yeah, right. 48 hours. I hope you make good use of it. Get your affairs in order. Yeah. God, was he ever bizarre on Jimmy Kimmel not that long ago? Oh, my God. Well, he's always weird. Man, he stares into space and that face of his. Whoa. He also was hooked on OxyContin and taking enough of the painkiller that he was convinced aliens were trying to abduct him. Okay. Mars was, in essence, a goner. Getting the guys over their grudges would be the easy part compared to getting Mars in shape. The guitarist had suffered most of his life from a congenital degenerative bone disease called... I don't know what it's called. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. But anyway, it causes vertebrae to gradually fuse together, preventing him from standing fully upright. By last fall, his condition had progressed to the point where he needed to have his right hip replaced. I told him it'd be easier to get a superstar guitar player like Dave Navarro than to help him get better, says Kovac, the manager. But we wanted to do a tour with him, or it wouldn't have been the real Motley Crue. He was so frail, though, said Neil, rather. Tommy and I had our doubts as to whether he was going to be able to do the show. I think without the motivation of Motley, Mickey would still be sitting in his house talking to the walls. Instead, Mars is pulling down about $500,000 a week. Wow. $500,000 a week. Oh, my God, that's just staggering. Man. That's for an 11-week tour. It's been extended for 57 more shows through October. When promoters were first approached about the Red, White, and Crue tour, they passed. So they booked 10 or 12 shows themselves. All of them sold out. And then the promoters kind of came crawling back, saying, okay, I think maybe we got something here. So anyway, making $500,000 a week. Uh-huh. And between the four of them, they've been married 11 times, fathered 13 children, fraternized with hundreds of groupies. Oh, my God. And snorted, smoked, swallowed, and shot up enough drugs to kill a small army. Oh. In the mid-'80s, they like to chop up the tranquilizer Halcyon, mix it with cocaine for a living zombie effect that predated Red Bull and vodka by more than a decade. Halcyon with cocaine? Know, who would even think of such a thing? Halcyon is just the most powerful sleeping pill. I mean, that will just knock you clean out. Good night. Well, and to mix that with such a stimulant as cocaine, I can't imagine. This kind of sounds like Good Night here. Vince Neil on Rockline last week.
Those are things, all the blues things.
Right, which are mostly covers, yeah.
Yeah. I think his daughter is doing all the other stuff right.
So no.
Is that Kelly doing all that Aussie stuff?
Kelly's doing all Aussie music.
Yeah, so you have that and you have that.
There's a beep. Yep, there's a beep right there. Kelly's doing a dance album right now. You guys have done a bunch of covers over the years, though.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
Okay, Vince.
Yikes.
Now, they say here that Vince is restricting himself to a few glasses of wine a night.
Oh, I'm not buying that.
I'm not buying it either.
13 kids, huh?
Yep.
Wow.
Of course, Nikki Sixx has like 4 of them with his first wife, though, didn't he?
He's got a bunch with Donna.
Does he have a bunch with Donna? Yeah. Okay.
I can't believe he hooked up with Donna D'Errico. My God.
I know, isn't that something?
Jesus.
As comebacks go, this one is monstrous. The recent greatest hits collection, Red, White, and Crue, generated a chart-topping new single, If I Die Tomorrow. The autobiography, of course, The Dirt. We all love The Dirt. It's being adapted for a movie.
Oh, jeez.
And Tommy's going to release his 3rd solo album this summer. I don't know how that'll do.
Yeah, I wonder.
During the week I spend with the band, things are, for the most part, about as dangerous as a PTA meeting. Mars and Sixx are sober. Neil is restricting his drinking to a few glasses of wine a night. With the exception of Lee, whose tour bus is stocked with a Jägermeister machine and whose dressing room is stocked with groupies, Motley Crue is no longer a gang bent on drugging and screwing their way through the country. Even when they take the stage, of the same old glorious Motley Crue banging out Shout at the Devil, Dr. Feelgood crowds that are equal parts aging mullet heads, 30-something squares, young tattooed rocker wannabes, and slutty girls of all ages.
Oh, wow.
By the time they get to their sold-out show at Madison Square, 2 weeks into the tour, the kinks in the production have been smoothed out, and Sixx, Neil, Mars, and Lee are having the time of their lives. Late in the show, Lee points a video camera at various girls in the audience who happily lift their shirts on his cue. Isn't that
something?
To have that kind of power?
On cue.
Yeah. God. Whoosh. Prodded by Sixx, Lee then drops trowel, whips out his penis, gives it a quick jiggle, and busts up laughing. Nice.
Oh, good. Beautiful.
At 4 o'clock in the morning, Tommy Lee has just finished spinning a blend of hard house music and techno at an Atlanta dance club on the Crue's night off. On a king-size bed in the club's back room, 2 or 3 girls, desperate to catch Lee's eye, pull down their tops tops of their dresses and roll around on a display of lesbianism usually reserved for Girls Gone Wild videos. There just isn't any girl here tonight who I really want to play with, he says at one point. Play with, that's Lee's euphemism for getting laid. By 6 a.m., the 42-year-old drummer's had enough. I don't want all these people on my bus, he tells his assistant. But when we climb on, there are already a few chicks waiting in the front lounge, so we head to the bedroom, and he closes the door. He doesn't have a girlfriend right now.
Oh, my God. Oh, boy.
Without a girlfriend on tour.
Forget about it. That's just non-stop sex. Just no end to it.
He's trying to make the most of the pleasures he says the road brings him. You might not think this, but I'm really bleeping picky about girls. On the road, hooking up is kind of like Burger King. You have it your way. You won't feel good about it afterwards, but it will get the job done. In the 5 days I spend with Motley Crue, Lee gets the job done with at least 3 different girls, including one exotic-looking brunette from Miami who he flew in, first class, with her chihuahua.
What?
So she'd have someone to play with during a day off in Cleveland.
Flew her and her little chihuahua in just for sex.
Yep.
He must have been so enamored with her. She must have really turned on something in him, huh?
Well, yeah.
He's so totally taken with her, he hardly even knows her. He's just, it's pure physical attraction. I'm flying you in.
Well, that's the old sure thing,
Yep. Wow, God, wouldn't you think you'd have every disease under the sun? I would think if you're just with that many women just all over the place and shows and groupies and God.
I don't like that crap. I'm a rocker, dude, through and through.
Boy, oh boy, seems like you'd catch everything. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lee is the youngest member of Motley Crue.
Stay on antibiotics.
Who struggles most with his identity as a musician. He is, after all, the one with the most individual celebrity. When he pulls out his unit on stage for a minute, it's hard to tell who's the... Change the page here. Who's the bigger star? Still, Lee is aware of the danger of becoming a punchline. There is a part of me that's become I'm not Mr. Pamela Anderson, and I'm not Tommy from Motley Crue. Can't I just be Tommy? Can't I just be Tommy?
Tommy, man.
When I go to the front of the bus around 7 a.m., there's still 3 girls sitting there with their coats on, looking impatient. Can you ask Tommy to come say bye to us? Oh, God.
How annoying. Can't you just picture that?
Why does he have to say goodbye to you?
Oh, God.
Look, you tramped out enough to get on the bus. Now tramp out enough to get off the bus.
Get out of here. Take your skanky, seasoned whore ass out of here.
Oh, dude, it was sick.
Looking for a... Let's see.
Your beat up buttocks out of here.
This is good. I relay the message and Lee says, oh, I'm tired. I just want to go to sleep.
See, a sure sign of age. I just want to go to sleep.
But after a few minutes, he decides he'll go talk to the girls. And after a few minutes talking to the girls, during which time I hear the word play muttered back and forth half a dozen times, he returns to the back of the bus, leans in close and says, okay, so get this. She said, I'm going to give you the most incredible BJ of your life, and then you can go to sleep.
Good God.
Looking for
what a sales pitch, huh?
Everything's cool, man.
Looking for approval, he asked, how can I say no to that? The next day, the girl is gone. The BJ turned out to be merely all right. And I quote.
False advertising, huh?
Crushed.
I agree. That is false advertising.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
sue
he can't get those 2 minutes back.
I get my attorneys on that one.
Let's see. 3 days into the tour, Mick Mars is spending his day off in Tampa, hanging out in his hotel suite, playing guitar and watching a VH1 special featuring Patti LaBelle. He has a rolled-up towel stuffed in the crack under his door, but it's not to prevent a draft. He keeps it there for the same reason he puts a backed-up tissue in his peephole. He doesn't want anyone peeking in. Boy, he's paranoid, isn't he?
Yeah.
Quietly, he adds, I'm a freak, aren't I? He's sparing with words, and when he does speak, it's usually to crack a self-deprecating joke. On the subject of finding a new girlfriend, he says, I'm holding out for the right woman. I'm thinking about Angelina Jolie. But then again, she's too young. How old is Charlize Theron? Oh, Mick.
Oh, God. You believe that?
Charlize Theron's married, isn't she? Or isn't she engaged to Stuart Townsend?
Yeah. Well, boy, Angelina Jolie, boy, she's popular on the meat market, isn't she?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody wants to go at her.
Let's see. Moving on to... Oh, more back with Mick.
Okay.
When he was in his late teens, he got his 16-year-old girlfriend Sharon pregnant. His oldest son, Les Paul.
Oh,
God, how stupid.
Oh, how stupid. How corny is that?
That's pretty corny.
And you know at the time he thought that was just the coolest.
Yep.
But he just thought that was brilliant.
Well, for 16,
how corny.
I'm sure it seemed pretty brilliant.
Yeah. 16 pregnant. Oh, jeez.
In the years since he was diagnosed with this back thing, Mars has had on-again, off-again romances with a variety of different substances, but alcohol and pills have always been his favorites. The only things that helped him forget the agony he was suffering. When I was on OxyContin, he says, I was convinced cat women with cat faces were crawling all over me and trying to suffocate me.
Jeez.
Mars finally got off the pills in November. He has a sober coach on the road with him who gives him his daily meds. Anticonvulsives, anti-rejection pills for his titanium hip, and anti-inflammatories.
Wow.
Neil, meanwhile, recalls the first season of VH1's The Surreal Life and underwent a swan-like transformation, nose job, eye lift, cheek implant, for the network's remaking Vince, Neil, earlier this year. The singer was raised in Compton, where he once got his face and chin slashed by a member of the Crips who wanted his ice cream money. He learned the best way to defend himself to the hoodlums was to become one himself. Before he got kicked out of high school, Neil split his time surfing, singing, and with his band Rock Candy, smoking pot laced with angel dust, and generally wrecking havoc. And let's see, what else do we have here? Well, there's Mickey Six. Let's see. Mickey Six married another girlfriend? Mickey? Am I reading about the right guy? Oh, no, this is Vince. Yeah, Vince married his girlfriend, that fake-looking blonde. We've seen her before. Remember, she was in Surreal Life. She met him at the casino.
Yes.
She looked so fake.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny because Tess and I were predicting what she was going to look like, and we so nailed it.
To a
She
T.
had the giant lips, the giant fake tubes.
Big collagen lips.
So, yeah.
Fake eyebrows.
Vince married her. He was with her 5 years, though, but they were married in January. The couple wrote their own vows.
Oh, man.
And after his
corny,
Vince began to weep. I started crying. Tommy started crying. And then Nikki started crying, he says.
Oh.
All those big tough guys crying like babies. How could you cry at Vince Neil's wedding?
I
guess you
can't
cried
imagine.
because you felt so sorry for the bride. That's the only reason I can think of.
Just sounds like a bizarre reaction fueled by years of drug abuse.
Nikki Sixx recently had the sex talk with his 14-year-old son, Connor. 46-year-old bassist planned to start his speech in clinical terms, but as the oldest of his 5 children rolled his eyes, Sixx cut to the chase. Dude, I've seen it all.
I just hear it.
If you're getting some blankie and you don't wrap that mother bleeper, you're going to die. It's not like in the good old days. I used to sleep with everything. All I would do is get a shot of penicillin or something to get rid of the bugs. Gunner's eyes widened. Bugs, he gasped. Sixx says that he imagines that the music playing in hell would be something by Ashley Simpson. Then he saw her on TV wearing a Motley Crue t-shirt. I feel sorry for her, he says. Someone put her in that shirt. Someone wrote her songs for her. Someone did everything for her. You got to be willing to make people hate you because you do something you believe in. Let's see. But as important as Motley Crue is to him, no rock and roll insanity will ever come between him and his sobriety. When I found heroin, I found a way to kill the bleeping confusion. You hide your secrets and how you feel about your dad not being there, how it feels to never have a mom, send your birthday card, how it felt to be a runaway living in the back of someone else's car. You keep stuffing it down, but it was growing like a cancer, and at one point it just took over. Do I want to be there or do I want to be here? I want to be here. I never got to have a mom and a dad. I got to be one, though. I'm getting to relive my own childhood through my own kids. This is right where I want to be, and if anyone is not happy with that, then bleep them.
and that's it. That was
Everything's
coming.
cool, man.